Namaste friends. Today I will be talking to you about propeller shaft. It is one of the components of transmission system. Propeller shaft connects the output shaft of the gearbox with differential. Differential is located in the live axle. Generally, rear axle is live axle, though in some vehicles front axle can be live axle. Output from the gearbox is in the form of rotation of shaft. Propeller shaft transfers this motion to the pinion shaft of the differential. It has simple construction, but at the same time its size is quite significant, particularly in a vehicle with rear wheel drive. Propeller shaft assembly shown in the diagram presents the gearbox connected to the differential through propeller shaft. Looking at the diagram, the gearbox is located on left hand side and differential is on right hand side with propeller shaft connecting the two. There are two universal joints at both ends of the propeller shaft, shown as UJ. One joint connects it with output shaft of gearbox and other with pinion shaft in differential. Differential is part of live axle with road wheels mounted at both ends. It may be noticed that gearbox is located at higher position and differential is at lower position. Due to this, propeller shaft is not in horizontal position. It is inclined and makes an angle alpha with gearbox shaft and pinion shaft in differential as shown. This angle is known as operating angle and is kept same at both ends as shown in the diagram. As the vehicle moves on the road, rear wheels move up and down. This is because the uneven surface of the road. This up or down movement of wheels causes the variation in angle alpha as shown in the diagram. Upward movement reduces the angle, whereas downward movement increases it. Also, the distance between the gearbox end and differential varies. This brings forward the two functions of the propeller shaft. These are: 1. It should be capable of taking up variation in angle alpha, and 2. It should have variable length. The first one is fulfilled by providing universal joints at the ends of propeller shaft. This joint is meant for connecting two shafts whose axes are not linear. The details of joint are described slightly later in this episode. The variation in length is provided in the propeller shaft by providing a sliding joint. A sliding joint is a simple joint in which splines are used. Splines are provided at the ends of shafts to be connected. One shaft is of bigger diameter, it has hollow end, and splines are provided on the inner side of hollow part. The diameter of other shaft is so chosen that it can slide inside the hollow portion of the other shaft. The end of this shaft is provided with matching splines. The splines, as we have seen earlier also, allow movement only in axial direction. So, while rotary motion is transferred from one shaft to another, if need be, shafts can be made to slide and variation in length can be achieved. The propeller shaft has sliding joint as described above so that variation in length can be achieved. In case of commercial vehicles, the propeller shaft may be very long. Therefore, propeller shaft in case of commercial vehicles has 2 or even 3 segments joined together. As already said, gearbox and differential not being in the same line cause inclination between the gearbox shaft and propeller shaft, and between propeller shaft and pinion shaft of the differential. Angle alpha, as seen in the diagram, is because the gearbox shaft and propeller shaft are not in the same line. Similar is the case with the axis of propeller shaft and pinion shaft on the other end. Due to this, Hooke's type of universal joint is one of the joints that can be suitably used. Two such joints are used. One joins the gearbox shaft with propeller shaft and the other joins the propeller shaft with pinion shaft in differential. There are certain problems associated, one of them being the fluctuation in the speed of driven shaft. The rotary speed of driven shaft fluctuates. How this problem is tackled will be explained in the later part of this episode. Presently, let us look into a simple universal joint. The diagram presents the components of joint. These are yoke and spider. Yoke is mounted at the end of shaft. It is semicircular in shape with provision to accommodate the ends of spider. It has simple construction as evident from the diagram. The spider is also simple in construction. It is in the form of a cross. The two arms forming the cross are at right angle. The next diagram presents the assembled view. It has driving shaft and driven shaft with yokes at the end. The axes of two shafts are inclined. Looking at the diagram, the spider is in the middle. Its ends are pushed inside the yokes. The yokes rotate and with it spider also rotates. Next, the motion is passed on to yoke of driven shaft. This way, motion is transferred from driving to driven shaft. The movement of yokes about arms of spider makes it possible that axis of the shafts can be at an angle. The fluctuation in the speed of propeller shaft, which is driven shaft here, is because of the angle between the axis of two shafts known as operating angle. The yoke connected to the gearbox shaft, which is driving shaft, has circular motion and is rotating at constant speed. The yoke connected with propeller shaft, which is driven shaft here, has elliptical motion because of operating angle. Looking at the diagram that presents the rotation of driven yoke in the form of an ellipse, it may be observed that arc AB is bigger than arc CD. Arc AB represents the distance travelled in the vicinity of major axis, whereas arc CD represents the distance travelled in the vicinity of minor axis. The rotary speed of driven yoke in the vicinity of major axis increases because it has to cover a larger distance in the same time period. Similarly, in the vicinity of minor axis, the rotary speed is reduced because it covers smaller distance in the same time period. The rotary speed of driving shaft and therefore driving yoke is constant. The next diagram presents the rotary motion of driving yoke and driven yoke. The black line in the diagram represents the driving yoke, whereas red line represents the driven yoke. Rotary motion from 0 degree to 180 degree has been considered. The driving shaft rotates at constant speed. Therefore, it is represented by a straight line. At 0 degree or in the vicinity of major axis, the rotary speed of driven shaft is more than the rotary speed of driving shaft. It goes on reducing as indicated by red curve, attaining lower speed at 90 degrees or in the vicinity of minor axis. At 180 degrees, When it reaches again the vicinity of major axis, the speed increases. Similar curve is obtained in the remaining half of revolution, as can be seen in the diagram. The variation in the rotary speed depends upon the operating angle or the angle between the axis of two shafts. Smaller the angle, smaller is the variation in speed. The fluctuation in rotary speed causes the torsional vibrations. The magnitude of vibrations is crucial. Higher magnitude of vibrations can damage the shaft. Vibrations of limited magnitude are nullified as the motion is transferred from propeller shaft to the pinion shaft in the differential. To understand it, let us refer to the next diagram. This diagram presents the propeller shaft connected to gearbox shaft at one end and to differential at the other end. It may be observed that operating angle alpha is kept equal by adjusting the position of gearbox and differential. As per position of the components, it is positive on one side and negative on other side. As shown in the diagram, it is positive at the gearbox end and negative at differential end. Because of this, the vibrations are transferred to pinion shaft in differential with same magnitude but in opposite direction. This nullifies the vibrations. Therefore, rotation of pinion shaft is free of vibrations. Hooke's type of universal joint works well for transferring the motion from gearbox end to the differential through propeller shaft and is being used in a number of automobiles at present. In order to improve the performance of automobiles, some other joints have also been designed by engineers. These joints make possible the transfer of motion with minimum vibration and least possible variation in the speed of driven shaft. In the next episode, I would be talking to you about these joints. Thanks for watching the episode.